Hello and welcome to day 42 of 73. And today I wanted to talk about breadcrumbs. For a lot of us growing up, I remember there would be folklore in many different variations of the idea of leaving breadcrumbs on a trail for either Hansel and Gretel to find their way home or whatever the case might be. But the main premise behind that is understanding there are points on the path that once you follow them back, help you understand where the way is or where you need to go, and that you are on the right track depending on what your final destination is. And that concept has always been fascinating for me. Obviously, from a surface level perspective, the story makes sense. You're wanting to create a trail. And once you get to certain checkpoints, you're going to know exactly where you're going to be going. But in the journey that I've been particularly taking, I've been very clear about having a certain vision that I'm putting far ahead into the future, and then having moments or examples in life that almost give me a nod to the fact that I'm either on the right track or I know exactly the eventual ending point, depending on what is happening in the moment. And I think today was one of those moments for me. Excuse the nasal congestion. My son is sick, and I think I'm getting whatever he is that he's getting. Fingers crossed I don't fall down that rabbit hole. But why I wanted to talk about breadcrumbs is because I've been quite intentional and deliberate about being the kind of person that my son will never ever see drunk or never associate alcohol with. And it's funny to me because, yes, he's never lived in a reality where that was the case for him, but also the things that have taken the place of that. And it's become quite a funny association that he has of me and other things. And to give an example, today he drew me this. Now, if you don't know what it is, I don't blame you because it was a very quick drawing that he made after telling me how much good work that I'm doing. And so when I asked him what it was, he told me that that was a coffee machine that he had drawn for me because this is something that I do every day. And frankly, that's how he associates it with me because as a substitute, I've obviously delved quite deeply into the world of caffeine. And for me, this is an example of one of those breadcrumbs. When it comes to his understanding of who daddy is, I'm that guy who, from the crack of dawn, is always there with the energy, with the commitment to give of myself 100%. And for him, the association is very close to me making a cup of coffee or me being very intentional about what I am putting into my body. Now, coffee, I understand, has its own health situation that might not be 100%, but it made me laugh because in a different timeline, that might not have been the case. In a different timeline, that might be him saying, "Oh, daddy's going to go have a drink," or "This is how I relate to my dad." But he feels so safe. And the reality that I've managed to create around him as an ecosystem has been such that that would be his first initial thought. And for all the work that I continue to put in and have put in thus far, and knowingly will put towards this journey, it made me quite chuffed to hear that that would be the association. And if anything, helps me understand how noble this path is, not only for myself, but for the people around me and the kind of energy that I do give when I am able to pour myself 100% into my daily existence. Now, I'm never going to sit here and say that I'm perfectly consistent in my attention or in my efforts to show up, but it's the understanding that there are certain moments or certain wayfinding checkpoints, you would say, that give me hope or that give me understanding that I am creating something that is of my own and that is imbued with so much positive energy that I can't ignore it. So I thought I'd share that with you. Thank you for your time.